Hello my geniuses, welcome to another biochemical lecture series. It's your great science teacher Lorenzo. I will be dissecting and be breaking down galactose metabolism. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on your post notification button so that anytime I drop any video, you'll be sure to be notified. And if you want any video or you have been studying and have issues with any topic, put it down in the comment section so that if I go to it, I will sure to make that video for you. So now let us dive into the video. So the first thing we'll be talking about is what is galactose. So galactose is an epimer of glucose through epimerization. So when you epimerize glucose, you get what? Galactose. And galactose and glucose are gotten from what? Lactose, which is milk sugar. So when you use beta-galactosidase to catalyze the lactose, you get what? Glucose and what? Galactose. So when you take milk sugar now in the enterocyte, now in the intestine, what happens? Glucose and galactose are what? Absorbed together with sodium using SGLT1 transport. So SGLT1 transport these two sugar into the blood, and from the blood they are transported to different parts, especially the liver. In the liver, what happens, which we are discussing today, in the liver, what happens? Galactose, first of all, is what? Broken down. Is broken down using what? Galactokinase. Galactose is broken down using galactokinase to form what? Galactose 1 phosphate. Don't forget. Galactose 1 phosphate is what? Added to UDP glucose. So remember UDP glucose in glycogenesis, whereby glucose 1 phosphate is added to what? UTP to form what? UDP glucose, which is needed in glycogenesis, formation of what? Glycogen. So here the UDP glucose stored here is added to what? Galactose 1 phosphate to form what? Glucose 1 phosphate and what? UDP galactose. Don't forget. Galactose 1 phosphate is added to what? UDP glucose to form what? Glucose 1 phosphate and what? UDP galactose. So what is the enzyme used in catalyzing this process? The enzyme is what? UDP glucose galactose 1 phosphate uridine what? Transferase. So uridine transferase is transporting the UDP from UDP glucose to what? Galactose to form what? UDP galactose, and now converted to what? Glucose 1 phosphate. Don't forget it. The uridine transferase transfers the UDP to galactose to form UDP galactose, and the phosphate is given to glucose to form glucose 1 phosphate. Don't forget it. So now what happens? The UDP galactose is epimerized at carbon 4. The UDP galactose is epimerized at carbon 4 to form UDP glucose, which is needed in glucogenesis, in glycogen synthesis. So that UDP glucose formed here from the epimerization of UDP galactose is needed for what? Glycogenesis, which is formation of what? Glycogen. While the glucose 1 phosphate is converted to what? Glucose 6 phosphate by phosphoglucomutase, which means glucose 1 phosphate is what? There's a change of phosphate to glucose 6. So the position is changed from glucose 1 to glucose 6 by what? Phosphoglucomutase. Don't forget. Then the glucose 6 now is 2. It depends on where it's located. If it's in the liver, glucose 6 uses glucose 6 phosphatase, which is the enzyme converting it to glucose to increase the what? Blood glucose level. But if it's in the muscle, the glucose 6 phosphate is shunted into glycolysis reaction to form what? ATP, because the muscle do not have what? Glucose 6 phosphatase. So if it's in the liver, glucose 6 phosphatase forms glucose, but if it's in the muscle, glucose 6 phosphate is used to form pyruvate, which is used for what? ATP formation. Don't forget it. While our UDP galactose is epimerized using what? UDP galactose 4 epimerase to form what? UDP glucose. You needed in what? Glycogenesis, formation of glycogen, where our glucose is stored in the liver. Don't forget. I hope it all made sense and you have understand the metabolism of galactose with all the outlines I've given, how it is broken down, how it is absorbed using the transporters and all, and how they are converted back to glucose. So hope you understand it, and you have absorbed everything I've taught today. Now always, if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on your post notification button so that anytime I drop any video, you'll be sure to be notified. Now always keep watching our videos, and if you want any video for yourself, make sure to put it on the comment section. When I go through it, I'll make the video for you. So thank you. See you in the next class. Bye.